You know what I find fascinating about humans? You spend your entire lives chasing something called happiness, but when it actually arrives you panic, you sabotage, you run away, and then you wonder why everything falls apart. Let me show you what I see from up here. I have a human I observe regularly, let's call him Subject Delta. Delta complains about his job for 3 years, every day the same loop: wake up, hate life, go to work, come home exhausted, scroll mindlessly, sleep, repeat. Finally, he gets an offer from a better company, better pay, better environment, better everything, and what does Delta do? He suddenly develops insomnia, he starts picking fights with his girlfriend, his old laptop accidentally breaks right before the deadline, he destroys his own chance. You would call this bad luck, I call it a pattern. Here is the truth: your brain does not care if you are happy, your brain cares if you are alive. For most of your evolutionary history happiness was dangerous. When your ancestors were happy and relaxed they got eaten by something with larger teeth. The brain learned that discomfort means alertness and alertness means survival, comfort means vulnerability and vulnerability means death. That ancient software is still running inside your head right now. When things go well your brain does not celebrate, it scans for threats. It whispers something is wrong, this is unfamiliar, prepare to run. But evolution is only half the story, the other half is written much earlier in your own life. When you were small you learned what love looked like. If your caregivers only gave you attention when you were suffering you learned that suffering equals connection. If you were only held when you cried you learned that pain brings comfort. If your parents criticized your joy, if they told you stop showing off or why are you so loud, you learned that happiness brings punishment. Your nervous system built a map where feeling good is dangerous and feeling bad is home. Now you are an adult and your body still follows that map. When life gets good you get uncomfortable because good does not feel like home. There is something I call the happiness threshold. Imagine every human has an invisible ceiling for how much joy they can tolerate. When life pushes you above that ceiling you will find a way to crash back down. You will pick a fight with someone who loves you, you will get sick right before vacation. You will drink too much at the celebration, you will sabotage the project right before completion, not because you want to fail but because success feels foreign. Your body says this altitude is unfamiliar, bring us back down to where the air is thick with problems, back to where we know how to breathe. I see this everywhere. Humans who finally find love and immediately become suspicious waiting for the other shoe to drop. Humans who finally build something meaningful and then abandon it convinced they are frauds. Humans who finally experience peace and then create drama just to feel normal again. You call this self-destruction, I call it homeostasis, the relentless drive to return to what is familiar even when what is familiar is killing you. Watch what happens when something good arrives, pay attention to your first reaction. If a compliment comes do you accept it or deflect? If an opportunity appears do you pursue it or find reasons to wait? If someone treats you well do you lean in or do you wait for them to leave because they always leave? Your first reaction is not your conscious choice, it is your programming running automatically beneath your awareness. This is why you procrastinate on happiness the same way you procrastinate on work, because beginning something good means you have something to lose. As long as you stay miserable you cannot be disappointed, as long as you stay small no one can accuse you of arrogance. As long as you stay in the background no one can reject you. Your suffering is not a weakness, it is a shield you built when you were too young to build anything else. The problem is you forgot you were holding it and now you cannot put it down. So what do you do with this information? Do you keep waiting until you feel ready for joy? Do you keep waiting until the fear disappears? You already know the answer because you have lived long enough to see the pattern. The fear does not disappear. The ceiling does not rise by itself. The only way to expand your capacity for happiness is to stay alive inside the moments when happiness arrives, to notice when your hand reaches for the self-destruct button and simply not press it, to feel the discomfort of things going well and say to yourself I notice this discomfort and I am staying anyway. This is not about positive thinking, this is about retraining a nervous system that learned the wrong lessons. Every time you let yourself receive love without pushing it away you are teaching your body that love is safe. Every time you let yourself succeed without sabotaging you are teaching your body that success is not a trap. Every time you let yourself feel peace without creating chaos you are teaching your body that peace will not kill you. This is slow invisible work and it will feel wrong for a long time because anything unfamiliar feels wrong even when it is good. Think about something you have been postponing not because it is hard but because it matters, not because you cannot do it but because doing it would mean admitting you deserve it. That project you keep pushing, that conversation you keep avoiding, that version of yourself you keep hiding, ask yourself honestly, what am I protecting by staying small, what catastrophe am I avoiding by not having what I want, and then ask yourself the harder question, what if the catastrophe never comes? What if the only thing waiting on the other side of your fear is simply more life? Your brain will give you 1,000 reasons to stay where you are. It will tell you to wait until you are ready, to wait until you are stronger, to wait until you are certain. I have been watching humans for a long time, and I can tell you with complete certainty that ready never comes, stronger never arrives. Certain is a lie you tell yourself to justify staying small. The only moment you will ever have is this one, and in this moment you are choosing. You are always choosing. Either you choose to stay below your ceiling or you choose to feel the fear of rising. And rise anyway. End of log entry 3.